Good morning, everybody. Going to give it about a minute, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. So, got a lot to cover today. So, good morning. Hopefully, everybody's having a good day. Good start to their day. Good week. Drinking my water right away. Got my coffee. Got my things here. Probably one of the coolest mugs I've gotten. If you see it, as I suspected, I was right all along. Y'all should get this one right here. Plus, it's a huge cup of coffee to fill it up right there. But we'll get started here in about 30 seconds. I got a ton of stuff to cover. You can see the board behind me. You got all this kind of stuff right here, you know? So, yeah. So, I mean, what's up? Yeah. Old man. Yeah, I turned 40. So, I turned 40 this last week. I told my wife she's going to be 34 this year. So, I said, babe, you're in your mid-30s. Like, I'm in my early 40s. Like, early is better than mid. So, it's kind of good in that aspect. But give me 10 more seconds and we'll get rocking and rolling, and we're going to dive in and really knock this out on how I think Facebook is and what I've done with it and how it's created my business, but how you can have fun doing it. So yeah, no t-shirt. Dave, man, I've been wearing some polos, man. You got it there. So, all right, guys. So here we go. All right, let's get started on Facebook. Let's get started on having fun, generating leads and generating relationships. But let's really just focus on one thing that I always want to talk about. We have all these platforms that we can be on. We can be on Facebook, we can be on Instagram, we can be on YouTube that can build out videos. You've got LinkedIn. But my primary focus to you guys is let's just master one thing at a time. And what I mean by mastering one thing at a time is let's be consistent. Now with Facebook, it's different. You guys need to chart your engagement. You need to chart your posts. You need to post every day. This is the only platform that posting every day is so vital to your business. It creates the algorithms that you have to do. And when we talk about algorithms are all about consistency, choosing the audience that we're going to talk about that you can build, but resetting them. Now, what I would recommend on algorithms is for you guys, until you get a consistent flow and until you're charting all your business, is I would reset my algorithms at least every 60 to 90 days. Go back to your list, go back to your top 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, and go engage. Make sure you're doing that monthly. That's what my recommendation, but at least every 60 to 90 days. That way you're staying in front of your audience. But when you think about Facebook, right, and you think about like what you're trying to do, we really kind of start with like why, okay? I mean, my why is why are you posting this? Why are you doing certain things? You know, why are you on Facebook? What are you trying to obtain? How are you trying to help people? But when it comes down to this, it's who are you? And what I mean by like who are you, when people look at your social media and they look at the things that you post, what I want you to do is just slow down a little bit on the social media and think about what you're putting out there for content. Are you putting out way too much salesy stuff? Are you very opinionated? Do you not have the balance of what I'm going to talk about, the 4 main principles that you need? Would you buy something from you? See, that's what's important is what we do is we go to all these social media stuff and people have all their opinions of whatever it is. Facebook and social media is really easy. If you just listen to your audience and what your people like and chart the posts to get the most engagement, you're going to know what your people are going to want to engage with you on, to how you can build something out there where they can follow. But what happens is we take all this advice from all these so-called social media gurus that don't get any likes on any posts, don't get any engagement on stuff, don't have thousands of success stories about where it is. And what it is its real reality is you just got to be different. So when you're going to be different, this is very, very important. You don't want to advertise the same that everybody does. You're a different person. You can be yourself. That's where it comes back to who are you? Well, your platform needs to be public. So everything that you do here, when you're talking about and you're building out an audience, it needs to be public. People have got to see who you are. You know, you've got to have your about section. So when they come to your page and they're looking at it, and you think, okay, here's the 9 different real estate brokerages I worked for, or all the other places that I was doing before I did in real estate. You got to simplify the process. You got to make sure that your branding is really clean on that aspect. You got to have the setup. You got to do it. You got like, what are your featured photos? What's your profile picture? What's your top image that you come in there and you see? For me, I don't post anything about my business, like how to sign up or how to do that. And I'm going to get to where you have your sales funnels when you work with that. But these are very, very important because you're trying to build relationships, okay? The way that people format social media and they format anything with all this other coaching platforms, you got to call, you got to lead, you got to lead. No, our business that we're in, and no matter what business that we're in, we're all about building relationships. If you build relationships, you've got long-term fans, you've got long-term clients. If you look at that, I'm building leads, or I'm obtaining leads, or I've got all these leads. Here's the way I look at it. You know, there's millions of realtors across the United States of America. So I wake up every day with an opportunity. Every person on your platform is an opportunity to build a relationship, but what we look at things is that if they don't buy and sell a home with you, you're too busy trying to chase the next person. You're not worried about nurturing leads. It's the same thing with me. Every realtor that gets added, every loan officer, every title person, every home inspector, every home warranty person, even businesses reach out. It's building relationships. It's being consistent in what you're doing. Whatever platform you choose, I primarily do Facebook because that's where I get most of my business from, because that's what I charted. 98% of every client that's ever signed up has come from Facebook. Why? I chart it. I know where my business comes from. Why? Because that's how you make money. You've got to slow down the process about what you're doing. Be different on what you're doing in your business. Understand why you're doing certain things. Why am I making this post? Why am I liking this post? Why am I commenting on this post? Why am I putting this story out there? Why am I putting this video out there? Like, why am I just here? Right? And that's what you're really trying to build. But when you build these relationships, 18 deals per year is free. If you're not increasing your revenue, if you're not staying in front of it. So people always say, well, John, what is this 18 deal? Well, that's guaranteed. 100% I can get you 18 deals a year. That's not even a problem. What it comes down to is that consistency. So the way I guarantee 18 more transactions are if you're doing your stories every day, if you're posting good content, and you're charting your shit. You'll know what your business is going to do. If you're not obtaining at least one new transaction a month off social media, you're doing it wrong. You're not reaching out to people. You're not doing the activities every single day, creating conversations that are free. Okay? Free conversations to slide in someone's DMs and say, how are you? How's your day? React to a story. Like a post. Comment on a post. Bring value. Show people who you are. That's one deal. Then 5 to 7 transactions you lose a year by not staying in front of your clientele. So split that down in the middle. That's 6. That's 18 deals that you're going to get for free. Okay? This is the crazy thing. People tell me all the time with social media and everything, John, oh my gosh, I have such a hard time posting. I have such a hard time staying consistent. You touch your phone every single day. Every single day. How can you not go to the Facebook app and make a post or go like people's stuff or comment on people's stuff or create a story? And people will say, well, John, I just don't have this creative life. I'm boring. No. That's an excuse to be lazy. You don't know what people like until you actually put it out there. If you start putting great content out there and you start being yourself, and here's the key word, having fun. Now, I get it where I talk about all your platforms need to be public and people look at that. Now, I got kids, I got all this stuff, but you're in a business. You decided to be an entity to be out there in the public world. Welcome to being that way. If you can print your name, your phone number on 5,000 business cards and flyers and be out there everywhere, people can see your platform. And you only need your one account, your personal account, and then business page is separate. Okay, we'll get into that. But that's the importance of it. That's who you are. That's where you're going to be different. That's what's going to separate you to get all these deals and be who you are and create your content and slow down. Like this course right here that I wrote, that I'm filming, I have legit put this on the board over a week ago, and I've been adding things as I go. So when people really want to know who you are, right, we think about content. We got content right here. They want to know 4 main key principles. They want to know your hobbies, your habits, your interests, and your activities. That's what they want to know. Whether it's a post, whether it's in your stories, whether it's through video, whether it's whatever you're doing. This is what people want to do. So when you think, oh, I can't do content, I don't have any content, well, how the hell do you know? So what I do is each one of these, you put out a white blank sheet of paper, and you put it out there, and you title one, and then you title another, and you title another, and as you go through your day, you start writing out things that you like to do. Here's my hobbies, here's my habits, here's my interests, here's my activities. Here's my favorite food. Here's my favorite sports team. Here's the things that I want to talk about. This is what people are going to do to engage with you. This is how you build your business. This is how you're doing this. This is how you're going to create the relationships that you need for a lifetime. If you're not getting the likes and you're not getting the engagement, a lot of times it's because you just keep posting the same stuff. You keep posting quotes or funny things. People want to see you. They want to see what you're up to. They want to see your lifestyle. They want to be funny. They want to know that you're vulnerable to be able to actually have a conversation with. Sometimes we're so businesses and we're always about just, oh my gosh, I got to post this. If you go into the mentality of, I've got to make this post. John says that I've got to do this. If I don't do this, I'm not getting leads. Well, no shit, you're not going to get leads. But also no one's going to want to talk to you if you're just going to be like a used car salesman. What I mean by used car salesman is you're not sharing interests, you're not sharing hobbies, you're not sharing activities. You're just literally trying to put content out there so the phone rings. It doesn't work that way anymore. If you're proactive and consistent, people watch you for a long time. People stalk you, guys. Legally, people are stalking you, right? They can see your photos. They can see the things that you're doing. They can see all the engagement. And it's a good thing. Let them stalk you. Let them do that way. Let them see what you're doing for your hobbies, your habits, your interests, and activities. It's super important on that aspect about what you're doing. So let's talk about a few things. One of the main topics that people always ask about, and you guys know my interpretation on this, is Facebook Live. Okay? So you've got Facebook Live right here. This is the worst damn thing you can do for your business. No one cares at that moment that you grab your phone and you're going, I need to go live. Oh my gosh, I'm so important. Look at me. I'm going to go live. Oh, and half the time your phone's looking like an earthquake going off, but guess what? Our business is built on compliance, but also branding. So if that video is so important that you needed to go live, why don't you just film it and load it organically, brand your information down at the bottom, load it there, load it to IGTV, load it to YouTube, and put it on LinkedIn. So you're resting that this, because somebody said, I need to go Facebook Live because that's how algorithms work, and that's how I get my engagement, and that's how I'm going to do this, and that. No, that's wrong. That's not how it works. Creating content and building it out for your people to see for the lifetime of it, that's why Facebook Live I don't like. Number one, if you are talking about real estate and you don't have your logo in there, from my understanding, it's definitely a violation, because if you have to have realtor, equal housing, MLS, and all that stuff on your business cards, your flyers, or anything you do, a video needs to be branded with the same thing. It needs to be there through the whole duration. Okay, so Facebook Live is not something I would do. Now, one of the other things that I do every day is hashtags. Hashtags are very, very important. Now, they work differently on each platform depending on which one you're at and what one you're doing. However, I always at least hashtag my name on every post on Facebook, not Instagram. Instagram's different on that with the course that I have there that goes over which ones are more relative to build out an audience so you can attach that way. Instagram works different from Facebook. Even though they're owned by the same person, they're completely two separate platforms. Okay? So when you got to do hashtags, keep it to just a couple. Unless you've got like a real estate post, template them down. In the training portal, it shows you how to template out all your stuff. We're going to go a little bit about that today, but I want to dive in a little bit more. I don't want to get stuck on hashtags because people get all confused. But if you go to Google and you put hashtag John Story, you're going to see all the related posts to me. So it's a trending topic. It's a widget. It's a search engine. They do work on that aspect. So if you got open houses, you got memories that you want to put love, whatever the top related ones, do a little bit of research and find it that way. But slow down the process about what you're building out, but have fun doing it, guys. The whole process of what this is we overcomplicate things. Have fun doing this. Have fun building out that way you can build an audience that's going to stay in front of you. That's what's really important, because everybody wakes up and does the same thing. So people wake up at the same time that you're going to do stuff. So what's really important is about the time to post, right? So we get the time to post, and there's three main viewing times where people post, right? There's the morning, so the AM, the noon, and then you've got your evening, right? And people always say, well, does that mean that I've got to post 3 different times in a day? No. So you take your one post every day, because you're consistent, you're going to chart it, and it's only for 24 hours that you chart. So if you post, let's say you posted this morning at 6:30 a.m. Go back to the post at 6:30 a.m. the following day, and then you write how many likes, how many comments, if you got shares, whatever it is on what you're building out, but you write the time. So That's how you're really going to understand where your audience is at. Your audience is going to be completely different from mine. Like you may have where 7 o'clock or 7:05 or 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock is what's going to build it. But that you've got to start somewhere. You've got to be proactive and you've got to be consistent in what you're doing. So when you make this post, you've got this first post. So here's your post going. Well, it can be trending, so it's going to start trending. Well, every comment, when somebody comments on your post, it's going to keep it alive. What I mean by that is anytime somebody comments, it's kind of like the old creepy guy. I always say this all the time. It would go to the hot chick's profile and go back 2 or 3 years, and all of a sudden all her photos are coming back to life because he's there digging, he's stalking, he's like, oh yeah, she's hot. And then he's commenting, and here it comes. Now these photos are coming back to life from 2 years ago. That's how I always found out about the comments and the algorithms and how they work. But if you don't be proactive, so this is what's important. You need to have alarms set in your phone that go off every day to resurface at noon, resurface here, and to make a post in the morning. Without having that stuff, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. Like if you're not doing this kind of stuff, what's the point, right? You know, if you skip a couple days on Facebook because you're like, oh, it doesn't really matter. Just remember how many times you touched your phone during those couple days. That you could have been proactive, that you could have been doing stuff. That, you know, you need to learn to take more photos while you're out. You need to learn to download all the memes and all the photos that we have in the Facebook group under the Photos tab. There's hundreds and hundreds. There's probably enough of them to last you years if you space it out between the content you're doing. Well, let's just say you've got no comments on your post and your post is starting to die. Well, you can go back and comment at any time, but the 3 main viewing times are noon and at night. So what I would do is I would come back to noon and I'd set an alarm, and I'd probably do it for 11:50 because you got about 15 minutes to make it or break it on social media. And then I'd do the same thing. Now, the major viewing time is 6:30 p.m. However, people are driving home just after 5. So what I would do is I would probably about 5:15 to 5:30 resurface this, and probably do it twice in a night at 5:30 and 6:30. Now you can, yes, if you reply back to somebody's comment and save it, that works. However, if nobody ever comments on your stuff, do your own comment, put the heart emoji, but don't keep commenting on your own post. Go back to the original comment, not the post, the comment, delete it, re-comment again. It keeps bringing it back to life. But you should be starting to have conversations. If you're proactive in your business on this kind of stuff, it's going to happen there. So time to post is so important, but you'll never know the content or anything that you're going to do unless you chart it. And unless you build it on an Excel spreadsheet, you're able to sort it and see what you got to do and have fun doing it. But guys, everything I'm telling you to do is just the fundamentals of how things work, but you've got to have fun doing it. Because 17 times a day, 20 times a day, 30 times a day, depending on who the audience is, they're going on social media. When you look at it, people are on their phones all the time. They're scrolling through shit. Make your stuff interesting to where they're going to stop, they're going to slow down and be like, huh, I like what they post. I like this stuff. I've never seen their stuff before. But also, if you aren't changing your algorithms and staying consistently liking their stuff, commenting, and yeah, that's true. They may never post. They may not post for a week or two. They just may be trolling. They just maybe do whatever. So be proactive. Slide in their DMs and just say, hey, hopefully you're having a great day. Super simple. Because guess what? If you tell somebody, hey, have a great day versus, hey, you know anybody looking to buy or sell? Which one are they most likely to respond back to? They have a great day. Now, how can I help you? Like, how you doing? Oh my gosh, that was a beautiful picture of your family. Oh my gosh, that was a great trip. You've got to be proactive in your business. You've got to start doing stuff. So when they talk about when we're posting, the ratio of posts. Now I do 5 to 1. I don't post personal, but if I was doing this is 5 personal to every business post. So do 5 posts to every 1 business. Now I would only do 1 business a week, and I'm going to teach you a technique that you can do, but the personal. That's where you're going to do this. People want to know more about you because that's what's going to get you likes. But you don't know what posts are getting all the likes and engagement if you're not charting, understanding that you're posting. And that's where you got to create the column. Did I resurface it? Did I resurface it at noon? Well, if you're not doing that consistently, so this is where it comes down to 18 deals. This is why if your average sales price is $6,000, okay, let's just say you get more than 1 deal a month. We'll just go off one basic, $6,000. To do this technique every day, commenting, liking, resurface, or whatever, you're making $400 $200 basically an hour, $300 an hour, $200 an hour. You're telling me you're going to throw that away? It's free money. It's free to build relationships if you do it the right way, but you got to be consistent and you got to show them who you are. Now, one of the biggest things that I love about social media is because people talk about CRMs. People talk about CRMs with like, oh, I need this CRM, I need that CRM, I need this, what's going on? CRM, okay? Contact Relation Management System. People, what would you rather do? Be on a forum where people can see all the stuff that you're doing. People can see the things you like. You've got opportunities every day where people are touching their phones. People don't read emails like they used to. We don't do that anymore. But what you can do with your CRM, okay, is you're building out your own audience. You get to handpick the friends that you get to be choose with. But what happens is, this is where it comes into play. If you want to make all your money and make a lot of good stuff, you guys are right now. Private groups. Private groups. Create a private group. Put your clients there. Put your friends of friends there. Put the people there that you want to do that. Now, for private groups, this is the best thing about this, is that it's free. Don't advertise about all your real estate shit. No one cares. You got to post in there a couple times. All the things that you can't do on a public platform, you can do in there. You can share articles. You can go live in there. You can be funny in there. Build your audience. You can do raffles away in there. You can do client appreciations for it. It's an easy way to touch, but to stay engaged with your clients. Learn how to build that out and have fun that way. Private groups are the best CRM that you can have out there, because along with Facebook, along with your social media, you've got opportunities to touch people. You've got opportunities to stay in front of people. It's super simple on how it's built out. But what happens is we've got the CRM. Now what we really need to do is we need to build out some systems. Systems are real easy. We've got our brand and our value and our niche when we build it out. So the brand is just you. This is your name. This is who you are. This is your business. Your value is what do I get? What do I get in working with you? How is this going to work for me? Well, what makes you different, right? What makes you different compared to your other competitors? What makes you different? Well, number one, I would tell you the number one thing that makes any realtor different from anybody else is being consistently doing shit. Not making excuses. Not saying, oh, I'm not going to make a post, or oh, I couldn't wake up and make my social media post. Oh, I couldn't do this today. Oh, I couldn't do that. Or, oh, man, I had all these things going on and I just couldn't get to it, even though I touched my phone 1,000 times already today. We got to be proactive. But when value, what do I get? This is where the videos come into play. Videos are very important with the value about what you're building out, because guess what? You can put them in your private groups. You can build it out that way. It all syncs together. Video gives you time back. You never have to repeat anything. So people know what you're getting. But think about this. As you're building out your audience, because you get to hand pick the friends that you want, right? So when we come over here, people always say, well, what friends do I put? What do I do for my friend requests? Well, you got to chart the ones that you're sending out to people. But guess what? You get to hand pick the people you want to work with. You get to hand pick the people you want on your platform. You get to hand pick the people you want a part of your life that you're sharing with them, with your hobbies, your habits, your interests, your activities. You're going to have fun doing it. That's the cool thing. Guys, just don't overcomplicate this stuff. There's a ton of stuff that I'm going over, but don't overcomplicate it. One step at a time. Have fun doing it. Be authentic. Be yourself. Be vulnerable. Like make mistakes. You know, nothing's going to be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. I've taught this seminar 1,000,000 times, but I still write everything down. Every time I teach it, I write it all down. I build out new content on everything that I'm building out. The reason being is that I want to have the value. Things change. I don't want to forget something. That's why we write things down. That's why you share your memories. You can never have a conversation with somebody and be different and bring your value. Your value can also be how you're going to be different. But videos are important. Why? Well, you have this thing with video, which are your top ones that you're going to have with your buyers and your sellers, that you can just put out there. That can be your one post a week for the next while, or just load the hell out of them and put them on there and do your business page. But the cool thing is, as you're building out your friends, so let's say you added 20 friends this month. Well, let's just say you have 10 videos that get you leads and relationships that people want, to show them the value and the difference between you and the other realtors, because they're not going to do that. And then you're showing them your brand, but you expect them to go through all your photos and all your videos and be like, oh, I'm going to watch this video. This one looks really fun to me. I really want to understand what they're talking about today. No, they're not going to do that. So that's where you come back You create an Excel spreadsheet. That's why you build the tabs out, and you have your evergreen videos, and then you chart and you say, okay, I need to resurface this. Then you put alarms in your calendar. Okay? Evergreen videos are the videos that can run 24/7. Top ones, what a home inspection is, what's an appraisal, when do I get my keys, what are the first steps in buying a home, how do I market my home, what's the difference between you as an agent. The best video is, who am I? Who's my team? What are some things about me? Do a video about that. Your goal videos, remember? Hey guys, I've got a goal this year. If you're halfway through, if you're a quarter through, if you're beginning of the year, hey guys, I got a goal and I got to reach this, and I can't do this without you. Be vulnerable, put it out there. You know how many people get deals when you actually ask for something? What happens is, the difference between selling on social media and closing on social media is real simple. If you guys are putting out stuff about what's happening this weekend, or things that no one's ever asking you and no one gives a shit about, that's selling somebody something. Okay? No one cares that you fell down or that you got a cold or you got all this kind of stuff. You know? No one cares about that aspect. It's an opportunity. Put that in your stories, okay? What they want to know is they want content that's raw and real, where they can engage, where they can like, where they can do things. And that's what you're really going to build out. That's where the videos come into play. They don't always have to be business. You could just do a funny video with your kids. You could do a funny video with your family. You could talk about your trip that you're on and like put a collage together and share your experiences. Like if you go on a trip, create a video slideshow. I mean, people, instead of posting 40 photos that you can't, make a video slideshow. Talk through it, narrate through it. Dude, you've got to be vulnerable and be different. If you are average, so here's what people do is they take all these fucking social media classes that are horrible and listen to these people that don't know what they're talking about. And it's not just social media, it's building out consistency. But then they go take a little bit of this and they take a little bit of that. Dude, just slow down the process. It's super easy. Share your experiences. Be vulnerable. Guys, vulnerable and authentic is what's going to make the difference between you. But if you quit doing that, that is where your deals go somewhere else. Remember this. If you don't have the brand value in this, you're not building out the evergreen videos to where you're charting it, you're resurfacing, you're putting out there, the type of photos that you put out there, the type of video content. This is all important. This is what I want to tell you. This is how real estate works. This is what's important, is people will always brag about their awards or brag about all these closings that they did or whatever it is. Remember this opportunity. There are 365 days in a year. And I'm going to repeat this as many times until I'm blue in the face so you guys get this. And when you don't want to pick up your phone, and when you don't want to be proactive, and when you don't want to be on social media, and you don't want to share your world, you're losing deals. So don't bitch that no one's buying and selling a home with you, okay? It's your fault at the end of the day, okay? But when people start watching you and you're consistent, because it takes the average consumer 6.7 months to determine to buy or sell, that's why Zillow got in your business, that's why Opendoor, OfferPad, all these other companies. Because in our society, we're all about the awards. We're all about this. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they're like, dude, I spent $120K to my brokerage just so I could have a fucking plaque that said I was the #1 or rookie of the year. That was stupid. Like, that's dumb. So I can say that I'm a platinum or whatever your affiliation is. Think about how many homes you sell. Let's say you sell 50. This is the best analogy that was told to me. There are 365 days in a year. Every day, people buy and sell homes. Buy and sell homes, building relationships. They're just not buying them from you. Change that. Meet your goals. Your goals are super simple to hit 50 homes a year, 40 homes a year, 30 homes a year. People that can't sell 20 to 30 homes, it's all about consistency and being in people, but putting out the right content that people actually want. It's very, very easy, because if you build out audience, you're adding friends of friends. So people always are like, well, what friends do I have? Add the friends of the friends. Go stalk your friends. Go see who they're with. With the conversation, you say, hey, how was your weekend? They're like, oh, great. Oh, who'd you go hang out with? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Write their names down. Go look them up on Facebook. Go look them up on Instagram, whatever hell platform you want, and go send them a friend request. Because those are the people that are most likely to get referred to you by those people. But if you're out of sight, out of mind, and you're not proactive in your business and proactive on social media, proactive charting stuff, proactive writing things down, charting your business, understanding it doesn't matter if it's just social media, your open house, whatever it is that you're doing. If you do not write things down and actually build out statistics about how things work, how do you know what your business? Because you are the business. You're the CEO, the president, the janitor. When we grew up, we always wanted to be CEOs. Congratulations, everybody that's watching this. You're a CEO. But not only that, you're the secretary, you're the janitor, you're everything. You went into business for yourself. This is simple. You can never have anybody manage your stuff. I don't have anybody manage my stuff. It's easy, right? You can build out, you can have fun, as much fun as you want, right? We got business pages. No one looks at it. I don't post anything on my business page. No one looks at it. When you scroll through and you grab your phone and you do things and you look at it and you're like, hey, oh my gosh, I want to look at this stuff, so I'm going to show you a statistic. I don't post on my business page. I think I posted twice, 3 times in the last year, 2 years. But when you look at it, I got 144,000 people to look at my stuff. Yeah, it went down because I don't do stuff and it syncs with other things. But 144,000 people that are on social media look at my stuff if you learn how to build it out right. It's all in a training portal. It teaches you how to build it out, what hashtags to use, how to build an audience, how to get followers, how to get people to friend request you, how to change your algorithms, how to get people that you're going to now show up differently on their things. But it also talks about who you're engaging with. This is really important, the comments and the likes, right? So it's very important on who you're having conversations with on social media. If you're liking other realtor stuff, if you're commenting on other realtor stuff, guess who's only seeing your posts? This is the stupidest thing that I've ever seen in my life. I'm a part of some big forums that have a lot of realtors. You guys will take more opportunities to have a conversation with realtors in there, but you're too scared to have a conversation with a client. That makes no sense to me. No realtor is going to be like, hey, Sally, you take this deal. I'm going to sit this one out. You take this big $1 million listing. I'm going to have a nice day. Hell no. They're on your platform stealing your friends of friends that are liking your stuff and commenting on it. Can't tell you. I've had hundreds and hundreds of stories where people are like, dude, this realtor literally went on my page and friend requested all my friends. Why? Because they see you're successful, but you allowed them to be friends with you, that you allowed them to see your content, you allowed them to see success. I don't want my people there. Like, this is my platform. I can add 5,000 people on Facebook. You can have as many people that follow you, but if you can't close 50 homes a year by having 5,000 friends, or if you're in the title industry, in the mortgage industry, and you can't pick 5,000 realtors to be on your page, or consumers to refer you and stuff like that, you're doing it wrong. It is very, very easy to work a couple hours a day, be very, very efficient, and have fun doing it when you build out videos and experiences about what's going to happen. And that comes through when you're commenting and liking. So 4 to 5 times a day, go through and like 100 posts. Go through and comment on people's stuff. Go through the stories, okay? So you can go through the stories, like, react, comment, create conversations. Guys, the more conversations you create by doing this, the more opportunities you're going to have, the more relationships you can build. That's what's just crazy to me when people are like, oh, I don't have any business. You don't have business because you haven't been proactive. You're not every day in your business. And if you say, oh, I'm this, every time you have an excuse to not do something, write down why you didn't do it, and it's gonna fix it. But comments resurface stuff. Comments create conversation. Liking people's stuff. I typically, when I go through and like people's stuff, I mean, it's worked for me. I mean, I get hundreds of likes on all my posts that are put out there. I mean, it's not rocket science on that kind of aspect. I'm not trying to, reinvent the wheel, but a lot of people, I don't like to get in comments because I don't want to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but that's how it's built. Now, how you can tell people on your thing are your social proofs. Social proofs. You guys are putting out content about things that don't even matter. People want to know, how did you sell this house? How can I get a hold of you to buy this listing? How did you put this house under contract? Why are you so happy for your families and their success stories? I don't put out my numbers about, hey everybody, I get all these clients every month. Hey guys, I had another record month. Hey guys, guess what? If you're watching this and you really understand, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to tell you, I've been nominated for Employee of the Month every month since I opened my company. Well, no shit, because I'm the only employee that I have. So I could have plaques everywhere. I was Employee of the Year my first year. It was great. Like, see the award that I have that I'm holding right here? Oh, there's no award here because I don't care, and I don't want to put it out there because it doesn't matter, and that's a waste of time. Because time is something you can never get back. Time is something of the essence where you can build out stuff and have relationships about doing that. And sharing your hobbies, your habits, your interests, your activities. Now, we're going to talk about some spam stuff real quick. Spam, these are the things these are the do nots on Facebook. Number 1, Facebook Live. This one right here, don't do it, okay? Posting multiple times in a day. 1 post per day. Just keep building that post and building out the audience. You're never going to know what your thing's going to do. I understand like the Gary V's of the world are like, oh, post content. Well, they market to a different audience. They're marketing to entrepreneurs. You're actually marketing to consumer. Do you like to think about this? Go to some of your friends' pages that are always doing this, where they're always posting a lot and whatever. They hardly get any engagement. And they'll have like 5,000 friends and they're getting like 10, 13 likes. The reason is, focus on the 1 post. Make it valuable during that day. Now, too many photos in a post. Photos and videos in the same post. One photo per post, one video per post. Do you want likes, comments? Do you want views and comments? What do you want? That's where you got to build it out. Why would I post a video versus the photo? Okay. Don't just type something out. If you're going to type something out, use the color background to make it stand out. You know, hey, hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Have a bright color behind it. Don't just write stuff out. Your social media, okay, and every once in a while I'll put a code. It's very, 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 very rare that this happens. Social media is not your fucking diary, people. It's not, okay? Some of you guys put out, and I've seen people put out some stupid, stupid stuff. Okay, no one cares that you slept wrong. No one cares that you have a headache. No one cares. I mean, the people that are taking time to go, oh, John, I'm so sad for you today. No, man, those people don't even want in your life anyways. They're not going to be around. Be positive. Have fun with your people. Do some cool stuff. So don't do that. Okay, if you're tagging people, do not tag multiple people in a post. Okay, I tag my wife, that's it. I've tagged my parents in posts, kills my engagement by about 80%, to be honest with you. Even though I get about 100 likes on all those posts, without them I probably get 200 or 300. But the thing of it is, it's just that's how Facebook works. It looks like a spam that you're trying to build that out, okay? So, sharing links. When you template out your stuff and you're putting into your posts and stuff like that, do not put your website link. I've never understood why people put their website link and stuff. They're already on a website. Facebook is a website, right? It's got a URL. Every button you push that takes you somewhere is a URL. Okay? You can send me a message on Facebook. You can create my About section that's got your phone number in there, what you're doing, your email, how to get a hold of you. Well, isn't it the same thing that you're going to get out on your website? Why redirect them so they got to click one more button to fill out more forms? Why can't they just slide in your message and be like, hey, I really like that post. I'm interested in buying or selling. Do you have time to talk? Or they take your phone number and say, oh, this is where it is. Stop redirecting them off there. Stop when somebody sends you a friend request. Oh, go like my business page, please. No. Why? No one cares. No one sees your business page, okay? Stop when somebody sends you a friend request, automatically having these bots that say, oh, if you know anybody looking to buy or sell, I'm your local real estate expert. Well, no, stop that, okay? Be authentic and have fun, okay? So when you share links on Facebook and it redirects them off Facebook, it kills your post, okay? So when it's killing your post, you're not getting the engagement that you want. You're not building out the audience that you want. Now, what Facebook does is they take your post instead of being out to this big audience, okay? Same with Facebook Live, posting multiple photos, the videos, all that kind of content. Now you just shrunk your audience to where very few people are going to see it because the content you're doing is not where it is, okay? So don't do that kind of stuff. Sharing from your business page to your personal page to your business content, don't do that. Putting the same content on Facebook and Instagram. You probably have the same followers and the same friends. Which one you want them to engage with you on? Don't do that. You're going to kill your audience. That's why, here's the thing that I've never understood is people will still keep making these content posts and stuff and they hardly get any engagement. Why the hell would you keep doing that? Change it up to where, that's why I say charting your business, where I talked about right at the beginning, to understand what posts are getting the most engagement. Why would you not have more of that content out there? Because the more likes, the more comments you get on things, guess what? That's where Facebook pushes you out there because they're like, oh, people really want to see what this person's doing. Versus if you're getting these small little likes about stuff, guess what Facebook's looking at? People don't really want to see what this person's doing because you've spammed yourself. You're putting out there. Spam can just be that you're putting out stupid content that people does not care about. Now, to you, you may think this is great, okay? And there's a lot of things that I'd always want to be opinionated on or put things out there on my social media, but there are times that I just don't. Now, one of the biggest things, guys, I really want you to focus on this. Where you're going to make your money on Facebook is in your stories, okay? Be proactive in your stories. That's where you're going to get your conversations. That's where you're going to get your DMs. Tagging at the location. You can tag people in there. When you're out with your clients showing homes, instead of going, hey guys, do you like this bedroom? Do you like this stuff? That's great to do, but if you haven't done this first step to make money, if you're out with clients, take a selfie with them. Tag them in your stories so that they share it. You guys doing this training right now, take a photo that I'm doing this training. Tag me in it. Take a photo right now that you're learning right now and telling your audience, I'm learning to, be a better realtor, whatever it is. Put it in your stories, tag me. I'll put it on my content. That's how it builds out. it's showing people, well, when you tag somebody and you have your couple clients and they share it to their stories, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, and don't share the same stories on Facebook and Instagram. Have a balance. Even though it has that button, I get it. They have the button. You know why? Because somebody complained and they're lazy and they just want to hit a button that goes everywhere. It's not how it works. But now there are people that you're not friends with that may have thought about buying a house. So you've got all these opportunities when you're working with clients, whether you're buying or selling or whatever, or you're helping, even if you're in title and you're helping these realtors or your loan officer helping people, no one knows about it. Like my personal clients, it's funny, I'll get on there, I'm like, how was your week? And they go, oh, it was great. I'm like, really? Because I wouldn't know. Did you go show homes this week? Yeah, cool. Wouldn't know who you were with because you didn't put them in your stories. You didn't tag them. How are you supposed to build out relationships with their friends of friends if their friends of friends don't know you? But here's the cool thing. When you start putting them in your stories and then you send them their friends of friends a friend request and they possibly have viewed that story, they're going to be like, oh, this is their cool realtor that I see all the time. This is their cool title, mortgage, home inspector, home warranty, whatever it is that you're doing. This is the cool person that I want to work with. This is the person I'm going to have an opportunity. Look, if I need to buy and sell a home, I'm going to use this person, okay? Because then they're going to go to your page. Think about this. When they share the story, they tap that, and then they want to see who you are. So then they go. This is why it's so important to set up your page correctly, what you're about. It's the family. You don't look like a used car salesman. So people always say friend request, which one do you accept? So this is another one. This is what's spam. This is all spam, guys. If a realtor sends me a friend request and their profile picture is I help people buy homes, or their top image is whatever it is, and it's all about real estate, I never accept your friend request because I don't want to be friends with you. I want to be friends with people. People want to be friends with people that they can create relationships with. That's what we really don't understand. What I want you to do is social media. Social means to be social with people, okay? Social media is being social on a digital platform and have fun with them. So when you build this out, don't overcomplicate things. Build out the things that you need to do. Have fun doing it. But the reality is you can create a lot of relationships doing this kind of stuff. It's fun. It's easy. Learn to create your private groups. Learn to do your stories. Learn to be consistent. I promise you guys, if you learn to chart things out every day, it'll help you be consistent because now you've got to fill out that form every day. How many likes, how many comments? Did I reach out to people? Did I do my stories? Am I creating conversations? Guys, there's people every day buying and selling homes. You just got to make them choose you. You know, whether your goal this year is to sell 12 homes or 100 homes, you can do it. You really, guys, you have to believe in yourself. And the moment you believe in yourself, and the moment you're doing this, and the moment you're authentic, and the moment you're smiling and you're having fun with your people and doing the things that you want, guess what? You can be as successful as you want. You know, build out the life that you want. If 12 homes a year is what's going to give you your life, dude, do it. I promise. It's going to be easy. 18 homes are easy to obtain. 20 homes are easy to obtain. 30 homes are easy to obtain. But you got to have fun. You got to at some point believe in yourself, and the content you're putting out there and the consistency and being proactive in your business is really what's going to separate. That is exactly what's going to separate you from everybody else out there in the real estate world, because you're all going to have different friends. You're all going to have friends of friends. You're going to have people from other states. Now, people always ask me like, well, I want to be friends with other realtors for referrals. Okay. Well, if they're only sending you like 2 referrals, 3 referrals, if you get more referrals from realtors across the nation versus 18 clients that you can build out, then keep realtors on there. But remember, you have to pay a 25% referral fee. So every 4 that you do doesn't count because that's 100% of an income gone. Well, 18 clients is 100% if you build it out that way. Plus, now you've got 18 people that you've sold homes to. Now you can have their friends of friends of friends of friends. Okay? That's how this all works. What's going to keep you in business? Your competition that will friend request and steal all your business, steal your listings, steal your clients and buyers, or friends and relationships that you've built and being proactive doing that. So take some time today, slow down the process, don't overthink it, get in the training, watch all the videos how to set everything up, dive in there, watch them 7, 10, 20 times if you're doing that. Appreciate your time this morning. Have fun. Go enjoy your day. Be proactive, be yourself, be authentic, and be consistent.